Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to your favorite bullshitting hour. Welcome to Exiled Opinions. Your two favorite hosts, Doku and myself, are here to take your calls, to be called names, and, well, to name the call-outer people. How the fuck's it going, Doku?
Oh, same bullshit, different day.
Different day indeed. So, the new season of anime has just started up, and we're about 5 weeks in, right? Would you say about 5 weeks into the new season of anime? Maybe 6?
Yeah, roughly 5-6 weeks, depending on what you're watching.
And there's a lot to talk about. Some really cool space opera stuff going on. Some really cool what would happen if real life turned into not real life. And alien invaders.
Yeah, typical anime bullshit.
You know what isn't
A
typical?
little bit of everything.
You know what
Actually,
isn't?
no,
You know
this
what?
season's actually been really strange.
Right, but you know what isn't typical though, Doku. What isn't typical is that there seems to be what is the word I'm looking for? There seems to
A
be
running theme, a trend.
no, there seems to be an influence of Western social issues that people seem to mistake for political issues being infused into, well, Eastern entertainment.
Ah, that there is.
And
That indeed there is.
And I'm going to say seems because I don't know if they're I don't know if they're just using it to make fun of people or if they're saying, "See, we can do a good story and still have to do this shit we're doing." Um or
Yeah, as Nux Haku would put it, do you feel like the anime industry, the manga industry, is kind of flexing a little bit, kind of giving the proverbial middle finger to Hollywood and Western entertainment, saying, "Hey, look, we can do this too, bitches, but we can do it better."
anything you can do, I can do better. Anything you can do, I can do
I don't
better than
know.
you.
I'm reserving judgment. I don't know if they. I don't know if
Oh,
they're
put it in your
trying to
hat,
pander.
Doku. You're not reserving judgment. You're pissed as hell.
Uh,
So,
I'm both pissed and amused.
all right, I'm going to start with the most obvious one. The most obvious, so we can get it out of the way. Just because I know you have this massive rant, and I'd rather get this out of the fucking way. And we can dissect it for the next hour and a half and not get to any fucking thing else.
I don't think it'll take me that long, actually, because
I
it's pretty short and sweet.
I don't know. You said it was short and sweet last time, and you kept me on the fucking Discord call Thursday after the stream was over for like half an hour going. I'm like, shut up, Doku. We'll talk about it
Well,
Monday.
don't worry. I'm not drunk yet. Keyword.
He's not drunk
Yeah.
yet, ladies and gentlemen. Just take that. Just keep that in mind. So we got some chats here. Let's get to the chats, and we'll talk Astra. What Astra's been doing. So we have Loki in the chat. How's it going, man? Thanks for joining us in the chat. We've got Pinoid in the chat. How's it going? Jelly Duck in the chat. We got Cthulhu. And those are the three names that I see right now. But I could be wrong. So if I'm wrong, state your grievance, and it will be heard. So Cthulhu says Japan's starting to, but it won't get that bad, I'm sure. Jelliduck wants to know what anime do we watch, or what kind of anime do we watch. I think we watch a whole bunch of stuff. Cthulhu says, remember Tifa. Remember Tifa. Press F for respects. Loki says, look at Death Note from the Netflix version versus the one in Japan.
God, don't remind me.
Yeah.
Don't remind me.
No, everyone needs to be reminded that Netflix Death Note happened the same way. The same way that Street Fighter the movie has to be we have to remind people that happened. The same way we have to remind people Garbage Pail Kids happened. The same way we have to remind people, and you know where I'm getting. You know where I'm getting, Doku.
I don't wanna.
Electra happened. And
I did not consent to this.
And Catwoman.
Oh God.
We need to
Fuck you.
remind people these things happened because the SJW memory is short. Okay?
And just like that, starting early.
SJ
Fuck
memory
me.
runs short. Starting early, it's fucking midnight in the Doku land.
Starting early, damn
That's
it.
not early. That's late. Geez, I haven't had a drink all day. I'm gonna start now. Loki says the new Cowboy Bebop on Netflix sucks. Ooh, yeah, I'm not going to even waste my time farting thinking about Cowboy Bebop remake on Netflix. And I'm not even
Yeah,
going to
Loki. There's a reason that the Netflix adaptation thing has become a meme format.
yeah. Just like we know for a fact Dragon Age is going to be fucking terrible. The first season of Castlevania was all right. And the second season was pure dumpster fire.
Honestly, I only got like 2 episodes in, and it just couldn't hold my interest. I couldn't be
Oh my
bothered. I
god, it was
didn't
so
care.
fucking boring. And then when that female vampire came in, they're like, I'm better than all of you. I'm like, all right, click.
Yeah, yeah,
Click.
that sounds like Netflix.
Yeah, good. Go be better than me without my viewership. Thank you. So let's all have a hearty F. Another hearty F for the entertainment industry. Because it is being car bombed. It is being car
Yeah,
bombed worse than the Ireland War, or the Irish War, which
and
raged.
just like that, demonetized. Not that we were ever gonna make any money, anyways.
Jelly Duck says Castlevania Season 2 is not the best so far on Netflix. Castlevania Season 2 is by far way better, and I'm going to hate myself for saying this because it sounds like I'm defending Castlevania when I really am not. Castlevania Season 2 is by far better than these three combined. Netflix, the live action, um, Full Metal Alchemist
Death Note.
movie, the
Oh
Netflix
God.
the Netflix Death Note movie, and the Cowboy Bebop remake. And just for good measure, let's sprinkle in some Evangelion there.
I fucking knew you were gonna say that. I
Let's
was
just
hoping to
let's
God you
just
weren't.
let's just top that. Loki
Ugh.
says the only thing I cannot wait for is the new Blade. Oh, cringe
I'm
just trampled
I'm
on my
very leery.
spine.
Very
Cringe
leery about that one.
cringe trampled on my spine. I didn't even I didn't feel it like that tingle, like that spine tingling. It was just like, oh, vertebrae, vertebrae, vertebrae. They're all dead.
Yeah, and just like that, you lost feeling in all of your extremities.
Yeah, I'm going to pretty soon need a Stephen Hawking box.
Yeah, just like Dr. Stone, right in the fucking cervical nerve.
God. Hey, at least he had that patch of stone to protect him, right?
Yeah, unlike what we were gonna have to protect us from the social fucking
Uh,
bullshit that we're gonna jump into. So,
I hope to God Trump gets elected for a second term at this point. I don't even support the man, but I hope to God he does because maybe it'll break these assholes of fucking SJW culture finally. They will get so fucking triggered that he won again that they'll all just kill themselves.
one can hope.
Oh my God.
All right, well, you
Trump.
want to start talking about the bullshit that is Astro Lost in Space?
All right. I don't think it's bullshit, but here's the setup. Astro Lost to Space is a show about teens who go to space camp, and they are literally flown into space to be dropped onto a planet to literally have camp on a distant planet. And it's just supposed to be them, like 10 teens for 9 teens or whatever it is, working together, learning how to like communicate and just like leadership camp. Um,
Yeah, think of Boy Scouts, but in space.
yeah. It's basically a sleepaway camp where they got to learn to work together. And it's only them, right? And they got to solve a series of challenges before they can come back. Well, on their voyage there, they get sucked up by this huge interdimensional blob thing that spits them into space. in an attempt on their lives. And we know it's an attempt on their lives because they explain this in like episode 4 that they're just trying to get rid of the whole class. So, it turns out it's at the hands of a politician. Well, one of the politician's kids, whom we believe to be like the next in line because there's this whole big
The patriarchy.
political, this whole big political Ponzi scheme, I guess, to keep family in politics, right? So the father politician like tries to off his one son. Turns out his one son is intersexed, and it becomes like a huge plot point and a very well done bombshell. But it leads us to wonder: has American culture infected Japan somehow? Has it infected the art form? If it has, we know who's to blame. If it hasn't, well, they're doing things that have really set a high bar in entertainment value, I think. Regardless of what the case may be, there's still a very high bar set now, I think. So Doku, I'm going to give you the floor now to piss all over this thing after I read a couple of chats here. Cthulhu said that all they did was spend episodes shitting on Christianity. I'm not sure to what you're talking about. Are you talking about the Castlevania? Because, yeah, they're vampires. That's kind of what they do. And since season 2 is pretty much focused on the vampires, I unless it was like really bad, unless it was like cringe bad, then they're vampires. That's what they do. Cthulhu is asking about the Lost in Space remake. No, this is not the Lost in Space remake. Although the Lost in Space remake was fucking terrible. I had almost forgotten about it. Thank you, Cthulhu. Just for that, you're getting a hose beating after the show.
Yeah, tonight is going to be the night of us getting reminded about really shit remakes
Oh
and
my
adaptations.
god, yeah. And I still stand by RoboCop 2016 being a good remake. I still stand by it.
Honestly, didn't saw it. I didn't see it.
You should. You should see it. I mean, it's goofy, it's stupid, it's not very well written, it's not very gory, it's not very bloody.
It's just kind of there.
But as far as remake goes, I suggest everyone watch it at least once.
Well, that's not a very high bar, but I'll take your word. I'll go ahead and watch it
If
one of
you
these days.
if you have to spend $5, right? If you're like at Walmart and you see the big $5 bin and someone's holding a gun to your head saying you have to pick up one of these DVDs out of the bin, and it's between that and Ghostbusters 2016 and I don't know, the Dolph Lundgren He-Man movie.
Oh.
uh
Yeah, I'll pick RoboCop.
and RoboCop, yeah, we know which is the easy choice to make.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
So go ahead and spill your guts, Doku. Commit Sudoku, Doku.
Uh, I, I should fucking smack you for that one, but I'll let it slide this one time. Yeah, Astra Lost in Space. There is a significant plot point that involves an intrasex person. They are neither male nor female. It is a plot point. Spoilers, in case you couldn't tell that from
And
the
it is a
get-go.
valid medical condition. 0.001% of the population suffers from it.
It is indeed a valid medical condition. But yeah, the whole plot point. You think this individual is a male? He, she, them. They were raised as a male.
Never
so
say
they,
them.
consider them-
Never fucking say them. He.
I figured
He.
I figured you'd jump on that one.
Lucas.
So yeah, he.
Luca.
Lucas identifies as
or
a-
Lucas.
Oh, yeah,
I don't remember what
Luke,
his name.
Luca.
Luke.
It's
We'll just call him Luke. All right. We'll just make it fucking easier. Luke. Luke is a male.
Luke fucking
Luke
Skywalker.
identifies as a male. Luke says, "I am male."
Yeah, we got to respect his pronouns. But yeah, the whole kind of plot point is because another student happens to have a very very strong hate boner for this individual's father, wants to shoot him. And the way he convinces him not to is by flashing his Bob has bitch tits. Yes, that's a Fight Club reference. Showing that, yeah, I'm actually
Boobies.
not, yeah, I'm not the successor to my family's political empire because, well,
Political
they're
reasons.
intersex.
Because of
Yeah, they're
political reasons,
intersex.
yeah. Because look at my two political reasons. Is it
Exactly.
is it wrong that I find or Luke hot? Is it wrong that I just kind of want to
We're
put him
talking
over a
about
barrel?
anime. We're talking about weebs at this point in time. Like,
Is it
no,
wrong that I want to put him over a table? I just
okay,
give him
okay.
as much chocolate cake as he can eat.
God damn. But yeah, no,
That's right, you
I have
gobble it
been.
all up.
Damn it, you need to calm the fuck down.
Swagavera, how's it going? Thank you for following. Thanks for the 3 lemon donation. You are a god.
Oh, thank you very much, there, sir. You might be winning some Lino coin.
Yeah, we'll
But
we'll do
yeah,
a giveaway in about 20 minutes here. We'll do a Lino giveaway in about 20 minutes here.
But yeah, no, this is not unique to Astra. I have been noticing this theme. It's always kind of been a joke, you know, the trap's always kind of been a joke in anime for a while, but it's becoming a little more in your face, kind of heavy-handed with it. I don't know if this is a running theme, trying to appeal to the social issues that have found themselves in Western culture or society, or if it's Japan just taking a gigantic shit on said social issues and saying, you guys try to force feed it. Here's how you do it if you want to do it right. Which I will admit, the way they did it in Astra with Luca was actually pretty well done and made sense for the like from a narrative perspective, it worked. What I find irritating is not unique to Astra alone, but the fact that you're noticing shit like this more and more often and more heavy-handedly. And I don't want to see this trend continue to the point that it's gotten in Western entertainment. Then I'll actually will have a reason to worry.
Yeah. So Loki says it's okay. I'm not sure to what you're referencing. I apologize. I believe it's in reference to what we're discussing. Um, or unless he's talking about Cthulhu's Star Blazers comment, because he says Star Blazers remake is a remake done right. Um, Loki says
They said
they are
they're
okay with the guys who dress like ladies. Yeah, the trap thing. They do that decently. They don't like disrespect it. They don't treat it. They tend to treat the characters like human beings before they treat them like,
tropes.
I was gonna say, tokens. Because when you look at Luca, right? When you look at Luke in Astra, they do everything they can not to reveal his secret until the very end of the episode. And
And actually, I forgot about this, but it reminded me. I will admit, I like the way Astra handled it because
right,
after the secret was revealed, Luca uses that as a way to essentially troll the other kid that was about to kill him. Uh,
right.
it's handled very well. It's actually
Well,
very amusing to see him use that to his
the
advantage.
way that I see it, and I don't see it as pandering with this one. Uh oh, Loki says no. What he was talking about with the cake?
Oh.
I think he's talking about me putting Luke over a table and letting him eat as much cake as he wants.
Hey, didn't miss a beat on that one, did you,
Yeah,
Loki?
yeah. We're just gonna continue on. All right. So the way I see it, I don't see Astra pandering. Um, I am talking about guys who sing with makeup on. Oh, the drag queens. You're talking drag queens, drag shows. But the way I see it is Astra's not pandering. And it's not pandering because it's like the writing staff didn't want to do it. It's like the cast didn't really want to do it. Like, you can hear the uncomfortableness in the cast when they're reading the lines. Because coming
Oh,
across.
so it wasn't just me that picked up on that.
No,
Where
no, it
it's like,
wasn't
do
just
we
you.
really gotta? It's like if you
It's
want a
like,
paycheck,
do we have to do
fuck.
this? Yeah, so you see that come across. Um, there's also the fact that they use it as a huge plot point. They use it as like a huge pivot point for the story to continue. Whereas once we get to this point, you see a lot about people who just kind of, don't carry out the story, and they'll like avoid as much as possible to, throw in like a character development, because Luke clearly sees this as a personal flaw, and and through an extension, we're supposed to see it as a personal flaw as well. Like he hates that about his body, but he's he's kind of in a position where he has to accept it, you know?
Yeah, well, that's why I say Astra handled it well from a narrative perspective.
Right, but they also
It's an
handle it
it's an
well,
interesting way to it's an interesting way to use it as
but
well.
they
Again,
also
the only thing that saved his life.
but also the best part about it is they use it as a connection point, as a reference for character development, which is something we rarely see in anime, right?
And
We don't
that's what
see
makes
that
me
anymore.
and that's what makes me wonder is this Japan being influenced by Western society and some of the shit we have going on over here, or is this Japan's way of flexing and yeah, again, the proverbial middle finger, like, hey, all of you assholes, the
Well,
Twitter outrage mob,
let's
Hollywood, fuck you, this is how you do it.
well let's look at Shield Hero. Shield Hero took every opportunity it could to shit on SJW culture. It said, "Look, this girl's a slave. She isn't supposed to have free will of her own, but she's willingly becoming a slave to this guy because she loves him that much." Um, then there's
Well,
also
as
the
much as I
false
hate to,
accusation thing,
oh
which,
yeah, with everybody's favorite hated fucking female antagonist, mine,
right, there's
aka bitch.
so I just love that. So like
Yeah.
you get those two very prominent things. You get the Me Too movement that's been shat all over, right? Just in Shield Hero alone. And you get the whole, well, she loves him that much. She's willing to give up everything for the sake of being with him. Those are two things that really piss off the SJWs.
Well, if I remember correctly, Anime News Network refused to review Shield Hero and instead told you what charity you can go donate to.
We're not gonna. Here's our review for Shield Hero. We're not reviewing it. Go fuck yourself.
It's Anime News Network. They're fucking garbage anyways, so.
Um.
But yeah,
So
I don't know.
let's.
I feel like there is some degree of pandering in this,
Okay. So if there
but
is, we have to address it. All right. Let's take. And if there is, right? How could it possibly have happened? How and I know there's a string here, but I want to walk everyone through this string, right? You know how like you do the pin board, and you start in the center, and you pull out a piece of yarn, you tie it around another thumbtack, and then another thumbtack, and it goes on until you're able to connect all the dots. I want to kind of do that with the audience here. So,
mhm.
how could this have possibly started? Western culture and Eastern culture are completely separate, right? All we have to go on about each other's cultures is what we can dig up on the internet. And the internet admittedly makes things a lot more convenient for, well, just about everything. You want porn? There's plenty of free porn out there. Go ahead. Click, click, click. Cthulhu says she loves him and marries him and the princess too. He gets a harem, kinda. The source material is kinda dark. Yeah, no, the source material is. Um,
Yeah, yeah. Well, Shield Hero was always kind of meant to be that one isekai that was
right.
not a happy story. That's kind of its whole shtick.
So, so back on track here. Back to how could this have happened, right?
Well, we already know the market for anime in Western
It's been
society
booming in the
steadily
United
growing.
States. Right. It's been booming
Yeah,
in the United States. The problem is that for every new anime viewer, a few of the older production companies shutter. Right, they go out of business. Like Rosario Vampire never got a second season or third
actually,
season
it
or whatever
did.
or third
A
season or
third season
whatever.
it did not
Yeah,
get,
that's what I
but
meant.
it
It's like
did.
it didn't continue. Loki says he loves Shield Hero. We all love Shield Hero. It's a great show. I'm waiting for the next season. Um,
Yeah, that was actually my favorite of last
but
season.
what's the connection that can be made, right? What's the connection that can be made on this whole influence? Could it
Well,
possibly be? Could it
without
possibly
getting too
be?
much into it, we have three companies, and you know exactly which three I'm going to say that we can point the finger to that are influencing the anime
Well, that's my
industry.
question. Can we point fingers at Netflix? Can we point fingers at Hulu? And can we point fingers at Crunchyroll for shoving this stuff in there?
And actually, you know what? I'd throw Rooster Teeth in there as well. And honestly, yes, I will point fingers at them because where there's smoke, there's fire. And all four of those companies have a very strong
So,
social agenda that we
devil's
can.
devil's advocate, social agenda aside, how how do we? Is there any precedent, Doku? Is there any precedent for a company putting pressure on a studio
Well,
to have
we've
certain
seen it
changes made?
happen. We've seen it happen with Funimation before, with how their dubbing goes on. A lot of times, I don't even
Has it
necessarily think it's
happened in other
pressure.
industries?
You could say it's happened in Hollywood quite a bit.
Okay. So, Doku, you have failed. You failed, Doku. It has happened in other industries. I know for a fact it's happened in other industries where a company puts power against another company's livelihood, another company's ability to publish something, another company's ability to make money off of that product. We've seen it happen. You want to
Oh,
know?
in the publishing industry, it happens. It's been happening longer than it has in Hollywood, where an editor sees something and wants to make a
No.
change. If you want
No.
your book published, you make these changes.
No, I'm talking even far more recently and far more public.
All right, Kimosabi, well, show me what you got. Show
Final
me the beads, sir.
Fantasy.
Oh,
Final Fantasy, man.
Tifa.
Now, I could care less one way or the other because I don't play Final Fantasy. I'm never going to buy the game. But I don't think I don't think a production company or a game studio or an art studio or whatever should have to alter its artistic vision for some puritanical nonsense. First and foremost. But I have an ask for you. I have a question for you. I'm gonna switch things up because I know we're gonna get stuck on this, and I don't want to get stuck on this. But here's my question: do you think these companies are doing this forcefully to showcase? Okay, well here's this diversity that no one really asked for. Do you think they're doing it so they can make more money when the diversity bubble pops and people go back to just doing regular stories?
Honestly, I don't think it's that well thought through. I think it's a group of individuals who happen to be in a position of power to make decisions, make changes, and they're exercising that power to try to reflect their own personal ideology in the product. I
See,
don't think it's a profit-driven motive.
my theory is it's profit driven because look at how well independent creators have done, right? Look at the Cyberfrog, right? That grossed $1 million, right?
Yeah,
$1 million for a Kickstarter campaign. What
but
other
if it was
comic book?
profit driven, don't you think they would, not be pulling a Ryan Johnson or not be pushing personal ideology into their products and actually listening to fans and doing what, fans actually say, like, "Hey, look,
Unless
we like
they're
big
playing
boob
the long
Tifa, not."
game. Unless they're playing the long game. if they're playing the long game and they're going, well, you've had a decade of this shit. Now we've gotten rid of all these hacks. Now we promise we've done better. We've gone back to the formula we've done. And if that's the case, do we see reversal? And if we see a reversal, the biggest ask of this whole scenario is, does Japan go back to doing whatever the fuck it wants to do?
I think Japan's already been doing whatever the fuck it wants to do. As far as the profit-driven motive thing, I think that would be the about-face option. Like, if you go full-on Disney Star Wars, someone somewhere in management who's actually intelligent and paying attention will say, whoops, hey guys, sorry, we done fucked up. See these assholes? Fuck them, they're gone. Please buy our shit again. I don't think
that's
I don't
the
think
long
in the
game.
short term it's profit.
That's the long game.
See, I don't think it's intentional though.
Yep.
I don't buy into the fact that that's the actual motive, trying to set up the House of Cards simply to knock it down again.
So
I think
we got
that's
Jacob.
the fallback.
We got Jacob in the chat. How's it going, man? Welcome to the chat. He wants to know what's this about. So what's this about? We're talking about maybe some possible SJW influence on the anime industry, because we've already seen the SJW influence on the video game industry. Cthulhu says, remember there's a USA square and a Japanese square. And Tifa is okay in Dissidia. Yes, there is a square Japan and a square US. There's like a square China and a square Canada and all these other subsidiaries that Squaresoft owns. Jacob says, guys, it's been there. Yeah.
Here's the thing. Do I think that there is an influence of Western, maybe the more unpleasant elements for people like you or me in terms of Western culture that is influencing anime? Of course there is. Just like when Funimation got caught
With
changing
the cookie
dialogue.
jar?
Yeah, well, remember they got caught changing the dialogue in the dubbed versions of certain shows, which pissed off those studios quite a bit.
Cthulhu's giving Jacob in the chat a little bit of the business here. He goes, Square Enix, you boomer.
Damn, Cthulhu.
Jacob says,
Don't
pretty
pull punches
sure
tonight,
the over masculine female characters were a major red flag.
Well, there's always been that element of having the trap character. Just to season this series, we're not going to get into it, but Retry Murasada or whatever, they literally have a lady boy. Like, the character is referred to as girly boy, and once things put in a specific area, and his female companion says, "But you're a dude, though." Like, there is a running theme, and I know this is from Western culture and the direction society has taken that's influencing this. They're using it as the butt of a joke, no pun intended, but pun intended. What I don't want to see is these types of tropes to become pandering, where they actually start trying to please these individuals, as opposed to, with Astra, it was a decent narrative device. It was used properly. It was handled in a rather humorous way. It was good. It added some depth to the character. With Murasada Retry, it was used to humorous effect. What I don't want to see is what happens with Hollywood, where it's like, oh, we need green, red, brown, blue, purple, pink. Everybody's 462 different genders. We all hear their pronouns the second a fucking word comes out of their mouth. That's my concern.
So
I don't want to see that.
Oh, Cthulhu says he was giving me the business. Said because I said Squaresoft. Boo hoo! Cry me a river, Cthulhu. No, but here's. I'm going to make this joke. And I know I'm going to get shit for it when the SJWs find it. But Baskin Robbins called. They're handing out more genders and flavors now.
Oh God. Oh, fucking
You can
Baskin
go.
Robbins.
You can go and get your free sample. You can sample all the genders.
You can go get your free Bernie Sanders fucking endorsed ice cream.
Can I go get a Bernie Sanders wig cap? Like with the bald spot and everything. I want to be just as cool as Bernie.
God, there's a joke to be made there, but I'm just gonna leave that one alone for
I
now.
mean, I wish I were as cool as Joe Biden, because then I could sniff as many people's hair as I wanted and not get in trouble for it.
Because you believe in truth and not facts, right?
Exactly. And the truth is, I love sniffing me some hair and being creepy, because I'm Joe Biden and I approve this message.
Back when you were vice president, you went to go talk to all the poor Florida boys and girls.
Yeah.
Back when you were vice president.
When the Pulse shooting happened, I was there. When we were storming the Death Star, I was there. When I was a little
Fucking.
girl, I was there. Fuck.
Okay, all right. We're getting derailed here. That's enough of that.
Somebody kill me, please. Put me out of my misery. Jacob says, remember when acknowledging the biological differences between the sexes was a thing? Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Oh, I'm blaming you, Shantor. Oh God.
I remember. Do you remember?
I
At this rate, I'm gonna have to go get a fresh bottle of Casadores. I just discovered Casadores.
Really?
Yeah. Cheap as shit,
Nope.
though. It's cheap as fuck, but it's smooth as hell. You could drink it warm, and you don't feel it at all until, it gets into your belly, and then into your blood. And then when it gets into your blood, you really feel it.
Well, I bet that's something everybody can look forward to on the next drinking game.
Oh my god, yeah. Speaking of next drinking game, I think I'm gonna have a tattoo by the time next drinking game shows up.
Really now?
Yeah, I want to go this week sometime.
Nice.
I gotta wait though. I gotta pay my bill at the gym so I can go back to the gym on Wednesday night. And then I gotta.
Yeah, they kind of like money, don't they?
Yeah.
Capitalism, that dirty, dirty capitalism.
So let's talk about the little bit of a red flag thing that happened on Dr. Stone, because I kind of got a little bit of annoyed with it. There's a character on Dr. Stone, big brute of a dude who, as soon as he wakes up, kills 2 lions with his bare hands. Or no, he kills 1 lion with his bare hands, and the rest of them run away like little scared bitches. And doesn't he throw the lion into a tree and then make it into a fucking jacket or something?
He punches it into a tree.
Okay, he punches it into a tree, just to kind of showcase how strong and scary he is. Jacob says, let's not also forget that anime has been pushing incest for years now. I wouldn't say it's been pushing incest. He says, which so far has not been successful in the West. There's a bigger push more than ever these days. I've only seen a handful of incest things, and they're a very specific niche porn. Cthulhu says, that's 7 years for you in the gulag. I mean, the re-education camp. Oof. Why are you being so cruel to me, Cthulhu?
Cthulhu's on a roll tonight.
He is. He's just... Okay. I'm gonna say this. Don't get offended or get offended. I don't really care. But Cthulhu is on fire when he's in the chat, but when he's on the stream with us, he's just so quiet. He's like a meek little mouse. Just a little mousy thing.
Next time he's on chat, he's gonna be roasting the ever living fuck out of you.
Right? I will read every fucking one of them too. He says there's 9,001 sexes. Don't forget. Hey, you got to remind Baskin Robbins. They're the ones handing out the samples, not me.
All right, no, wait, Ben and Jerry's.
No, Ben and Jerry's is selling all of their ice cream, but you can get a free sample at Baskin Robbins.
Oh, well, they're both equally fucked, so screw them. You and fuck the ice cream truck you rode in on.
Oh my God! All right, so Dr. Stone, they pulled the strong woman thing, because there was this little tiny itty bitty little girl who doesn't have an ounce of muscle on her, who takes on Mr. Giant fucking Lion Puncher, and
Pussy puncher?
yeah, he's basically Pussy Puncher because he knocks her down without killing her, and then fucking basically shits and a tree falls down on top of her and she doesn't die. For a show that takes science so seriously, and they even give you the recipe for gunpowder in this show. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's a great fucking thing to put on this show. Fucking gunpowder lesson. There's
to the point where there's even a little skit in the middle of, hey, this is actually the
this is actual science.
Don't try this at home, kids.
This is actual science. The problem I have with it is that they have to go as far as to show a disclaimer at the end of the credits going, all the science in this show is totally accurate, you guys.
Don't do it. Do not try this at home. Bad things potentially could happen.
Yeah.
Don't do this.
Jacob says, been a critical of anime since I started watching something else other than Dragon Ball. You go, girl. Cut off anime very early on. You go, girl. Yes, Queen Slay.
Oh, God, I'm glad I bought beer, and I'm gonna drink just for that one.
You loved it, and you know it, Doku. But here's that kind of annoyed the hell out of me. Okay, it kind of really annoyed the hell out of me, considering they were going for the purely scientific thing. You know?
Well, it's not the strong whammons aspect of things that annoyed me, because I mean, yeah, I guess it's heavily implied that she didn't just wake up from I guess I should disclose. In Dr. Stone, it's 3,700 years in the future. Everybody on Earth got petrified, along with, for whatever reason, all of the birds, some stupid shit, whatever, it doesn't matter.
Cthulhu says just watch old school anime. He says fuck you.
But yeah, the part that irritated me is if you weren't one of these individuals that woke up from petrification, but were, say, second, third, fourth generation, yeah, you'd probably have to learn how to use some knives, and you'd probably be more physically fit than most of our lazy fucking asses sitting here talking on a fucking microphone into a computer. I can buy into that a little bit. What irritated me is the ass pull at the end, where after said tree gets knocked on girl, she's not heavily injured in any way, and the ground around her is just caved in, and she's somehow not dead.
Yeah.
That, to me, was just lazy.
My organs and bones are fine. I can wait. Fuck you. Just seriously, I like Dr. Stone. I really do. And I was laughing when they gave you exact ratios of how much of what to mix to make gunpowder like 2 episodes ago. I say this with no amount of modesty. I was seconds away from beating off.
As my mom's ex-husband used to work in the firearms industry, make silencers and frangible rounds.
There's no such thing as a silencer. They are
a
flare suppressors.
It's a suppressor. Okay, it's a suppressor. Anyways, moving on. No, the ratios and materials that they quoted were actually pretty spot on. It's like this isn't safe.
Here's how you make soap with just chemicals. Dude, give me more of that shit. Like they made they made rock soap basically, and I was like, yes.
Yeah, they did.
I was like, yes. Do more of this shit.
I will tip the hat to Dr. Stone with its scientific accuracy, but that's also what makes this one moment really, really annoying. Like, you're telling me her ribs aren't bruised? She doesn't have a broken rib? She doesn't have a broken arm? Like, nope, casual tree just fell on you. The ground gave way a little bit. You're fine.
My organs and
She
bones
should
are
at least
fine.
have a. She should at least have a fucking splinter through her gut or something.
So if her organs and bones were fine, how come her little ass couldn't wiggle out from underneath the fucking tree?
that was
Quit
the other thing that was
being
annoying.
stupid. All right.
It was an ass pull. Let's call it what it is. It was there for plot convenience and narrative because they wanted to show off how to make pulleys. It was a complete fucking narrative ass pull.
After they do, and they do this, and my problem with it is they do this, and this is definitely a case of pandering, or something, because they do this specifically to hide the fact that I'm strong woman. I can go toe to toe with Lion Killer.
Yeah, it was an interesting twist to say the least.
No, it
And
wasn't.
that's being very, very. I'm being facetious, obviously.
It was nowhere near interesting.
No, it was the most cliche anime bullshit I've seen in quite some time. And it's
Oh
like, so-
boy. Okay, hang on. We got to dunk on Jacob. You ready for this?
Oh boy.
You ready for this one? Jacob says,
All right,
almost
have your fun.
almost forgot the major push of pedophilia in anime. Just say that this underage-looking female character is not underage, but instead 40 or 50.
Sometimes they do that shit and sometimes they don't. Like with what was it, Rory Mercury and Gate, where she's actually like a death goddess or some shit. She's like 890 years old. Like, and those
The
instances,
artist
I'll give
can
it a pass.
say the character is however fucking old the character is. End of story. If the character draws something that looks like a 12-year-old girl and says that she's 25, then the character's 25. That's the end of story.
Yeah, we're not gonna get into the lolly argument. And
I
also,
don't-
Maxwell in the
Hang
chat.
on.
Hello, thank you for joining us. And Old Man Flappy Nuts, thank you for joining us.
And he says, "America, fuck yeah." But here's the end of the argument. It's a fictional character, okay? It doesn't it doesn't matter who the fuck is looking at cartoon girls and fapping to cartoon girls, as long as they ain't touching some kids down the block. It's all I fucking care about.
When they make an anime about Jeffrey Epstein, then we'll talk.
Yeah, yeah, we'll talk about that. Flappy Nuts says Japan has been cucking hard. I would agree, but at the same time, I would disagree. I think they're using this shit as a means of poking fun at it.
Again, not to bring up Astra again, but the way they've been doing a lot of this, shall we call it social commentary? I believe that would be the nice way to put it. They've still been using it to drive forth the narrative. They haven't really been bending the proverbial knee, but that is what I brought up earlier before you joined. That's my concern, that if maybe some companies like Crunchyroll or Funimation or Rooster Teeth or Netflix start having a little bit more influence on the industry, then you might start to see a little bit more pandering, and that's what I'm concerned about.
Okay, so I gotta address this quick because Cthulhu did bring this up, and that's something that, yes, I was thinking about but didn't want to mention, but Cthulhu mentioned it. Yes, there are 20-year-old, 30-year-old women who do look like fucking 12-year-olds. There's at least one Japanese model that I know of. I can't remember her name off the top of my head right now, but she looks 12. She's like 26 years old, and she has no tits, no ass, and she's the shortest fucking thing ever.
Oh yeah, I had a.
And
really
then there
good,
are some women who, when they dress in the lowly style, will bind their tits to make them look a lot smaller, just so they can get that lolly look, and they're like in their 30s, 40s, right?
Yeah, I had a really good bar buddy who, if you didn't know any better, walking down the street, you would say she's probably like 13, 14, maybe 15 tops.
Fucking Kem looks
This chick
like
was
she's
like-
15, 16.
Yeah, no, I know a lot of women that look like they're fucking 2 decades younger than they actually are.
Pretty
This
sure.
chick was like 40. This chick was like
Oh.
42, and she looked like she was 13.
Jacob says pretty sure a birth defect doesn't count. Nah, dude, that's good genetics. That means that bitch ain't aging, dude. If she ain't aging, she's gonna look like that forever, dude. That's someone you want to fucking keep around. You'll get old, but she won't. Terran Marine asks if Pinoid's still here. I don't know if he's in the chat lurking or not. Loki
No
says.
clue.
Loki says. Jacob is like we act like you're good looking online, but we all know you're not IRL. Ooh, that's some
Ouch.
flames right there.
God, between Jacob and Cthulhu, there's some savagery going on tonight. Is this love I smell in the air?
We got Loki and fucking Cthulhu competing for most bloodthirsty tonight. Flappy Nut says, haha, Netflix provides trash, but Devilman Crybaby was fucking wicked. It was wicked terrible. Oh my god.
I did not watch Devilman Crybaby, I'll admit.
Cthulhu says
Never
you're
got around to
overthinking it, Jacob. Flappy Nut says, good man, Rooster Teeth used to be great. Red vs. Blue up until season 11. Rip. Yeah. No, I never really enjoyed Red vs. Blue, but yeah, I did hear later seasons did start to have that tinge of your art is bad and you should feel bad.
No, I could say that about Ruby, but the internet will go up in fucking arms. The next thing I know, there's gonna be fucking torches.
Ruby
and
has
pitchforks
been
outside my
shit.
house.
No. We're going to address this. Ruby is shit. It has been shit since the first frame of the first second of its animation life cycle. Everybody
Only watched one
who
episode of it.
thought-
Couldn't get through the episode.
Everybody who thought Ruby or still thinks Ruby is a good show has a deficiency.
Oh well, torches and pitchforks, everybody.
Bring 'em.
No, I couldn't make it through one fucking episode. I got to like 12
Yeah.
minutes in, and I was like, yeah, fuck this.
Jelly Duck
I'm
says
out.
he likes the old Devilman anime. The original Devilman is good, but Crybaby is bullshit. There was a live action movie, I want to say, or at least an animated movie. I don't remember, but I remember when I had seen Devilman, I went and looked for as much as I could find because I liked the anime so much.
Yeah, I never got into it.
Yeah.
Call me a heathen, but no, was never.
Yeah. So we're at the end of our hour.
Leno coin giveaway.
I think we're going to do a Leo giveaway. I'm pretty sure there's only one person that was in chat today. So we're giving away 54.7. You know what? Let's bring that up to 55 Leno. Submit.
Old man Flappy Nut said he used to like Ruby back when he was 15 and still an anime version. Yeah, if you like Ruby, I'm not gonna shit too hard on you. It was not my thing.
Alright, so we're just going to distribute rewards. It won't let me bump up to 0.3. So...
And also, yes, Murica. Fuck yeah.
You know, we're just going to do 100. Because why not? Because
Fuck it, why not?
why not? We'll do 104.7 Leno. As soon as the website decides to behave.
Well, knowing our luck, that's
It's
gonna be
not
never.
letting me distribute rewards.
Ah, it wouldn't be a usual stream if it weren't for technical
Let
difficulty.
me refresh. This is not. Why is it not working? The fuck? Am I logged in? Am I logged in? I'm logged in.
Well, D-Live, fuck you.
I guess they're just glitchy tonight. What the fuck? I guess there is no Lino tonight. Oh, shit. So join us tomorrow and we'll do a double Lino giveaway. We'll give away 200 Lino. Let's see. Flappy Nut says Terran brought me here, bros. Just FYI, give him his thanks because I'm subscribing. You replace Penoid for me. Ouch. We are no replacement for Penoid. But thank you for the sub.
Yeah, Penoid's
If you really-
Penoid's been having some issues with YouTube as of late because YouTube are a bunch of fucking
Yeah,
assholes.
YouTube has been fucking Penoid over real hard lately. So,
Yeah.
when we
Fuck
can-
you, YouTube.
yeah, when we can
Oh,
get him on our
probably shouldn't have said
show,
that.
yeah, when we can get him on our show or get him on our channel, then we would be more than happy to have him. So
Most definitely. And also, by the way, Taryn Marine, thank you for bringing over Old Man Flappy Nuts. Thank you very much, Taryn and Old Man Flappy Nuts. Thank you for joining us. It's a pleasure to have you.
if you guys really want to help us out, hit us up on dlive.tv/exiledopinions. That'll help us out more than joining us on YouTube.
And you might get some free Lino coins out.
Yeah. I do still have a BitChute. I haven't set it up to upload from Exiled Opinions yet, although I will be working on that this weekend. Jelly Duck has to go, so see you later, Jelly Duck. Old Man Flappy Nuts, see you later. Thanks for joining us for the short time you were here. Taryn Marie, thank you also. But we're at the end of our hour, so we got about another half hour left. Do you want to hear the news, Doku?
Oh, well, what news?
There's finally saw Hobbs and Shaw.
Hobbs and Shaw? Yeah, I was talking to Jensen earlier today, playing Vampire the Masquerade with Mad Dodge and friends. He actually said he quite enjoyed it. It's stupid and has nothing to do with the Fast and Furious franchise, but he said it actually wasn't that bad.
Stupid is an understatement. Oh, it was mind-rotting boredom. They had some really cool concepts in it, and I can't lie, they had some really cool shit going on in it. They had the cyborg dude, but the problem that the movie suffered from is that it was trying to be it was trying to fit into 3 genres at once, all right? It tried to do the cop drama, the buddy cop drama thing. It tried to do the spy movie thing, and it tried to do it tried to do some sci-fi thing, and it doesn't do any of those very well. I suppose it does the spy movie, I think, the best, but even then it just doesn't quite land, you know?
Yeah, so a lot of commitment to a few different ideas, but no real follow-through.
Right. There was like a romantic subplot. There was like 2 romantic subplots that they just kind of like, not even subplots. They're just kind of like romantic sub-asides, because they were like thrown in there as like an afterthought. The way it feels.
The feeling I got from the movie is it was supposed to be kind of a boring popcorn movie. So that's the reason I'm not gonna, spend $20 to go to the
Oh
theater
no,
to
I
see
think you should spend $20 because we need. It was creative. It was creative as fuck for what it was doing. It did a lot of stupid shit. Like toward the end, I'll spoil the ending because the ending is gonna be like typical spy movie nonsense bullshit anyway.
Does he get the girl in the end?
I'm not going to confirm or deny because the movie doesn't confirm or deny.
Oh well,
it's one of those.
Well, fuck.
Yeah. So I want to see a sequel. Even with me saying the movie was boring as shit. Hang on, give me a second. I want to see a sequel. Because they did do things very well. And the whole, I want to see them do spy movie with this one, with the sequel. I want to see them stick to that angle. But
Okay, when you say spy movie, just to give me a little bit of clarification in my head, are we talking like Jason Bourne?
no, we're talking old school Bond
John
movie.
Wick?
We're talking old school Bond
Okay.
movie.
So we're talking like Moonraker, Man with the Golden Gun,
Octopussy,
if I'm
yeah.
if I'm still allowed to say that one.
Die Another Day, Live and Let Live.
Live and Let Die.
Or Live and Let Die, yeah.
Okay.
We're talking old
I can get
school.
behind that.
Yeah, we're talking old school Bond movies.
Okay, so we're talking like Cold War, Red Scare era type of spy
Right,
movies here.
because it's got like the overtones in it. Like they're there slapping you in the face with its dick. So the movie is about this, and here's how it opens. This MI6 agent is framed for the murder of her entire team. And
Oh, so we're definitely talking like Octopussy Live and Let Die style
right,
spy movie.
exactly. So before she goes dark to try and get out of Dodge and to avoid being killed by quote unquote Black Superman, the cyborg dude played by Idris Elba, she injects herself with this nanovirus that within 48, 72, like a week of exposure. Like they're not really clear on it. This is like dumb spy movie plot. Um, they go. She injects herself with this thing, and she gets the fuck out of Dodge, only to be found by Hobbs and Shaw. Turns out Shaw is her brother, and he's a spy, and she's an MI6 agent, and Dwayne Johnson's character is like a Department of Homeland Security tracker on loan to the CIA, on loan to some foreign agency. It's fucking dumb. So they gotta.
Yeah, I'm already getting a sense of very
Yeah.
not convenient old school spy movie.
Yeah, no,
type
it's
trope.
definitely heavily influenced by old school Bond. And like they have to save the world from this virus because once she dies, after the virus activates,
It goes full zombie land.
It-
We're all fucked.
it goes airborne and it kills everyone.
Yeah, we're going full Resident Evil with this shit then, huh?
Yeah, so they gotta like get the virus out of her before it's too late, and it's a wild ride. Like there's this one scene. Cthulhu says, "I thought you said this was a Fast Furious movie." It is a Fast and Furious. It's more like Fast and Furious adjacent. It's the people who made Fast and Furious like made this movie, so it's like Fast and Furious presents. But here's how it ties in. There's a big old car chase. Well, there's a bunch of car chases. But at the end, there's some ridiculous shit going on. Like they chain a helicopter up to a semi, right? To just the hauling part of the semi, not the trailer part, like the hauling part. They got like a winch on it, so they like wrap the chain around the wing of a helicopter and like it doesn't break off. And the helicopter's trying to fly away with a fucking semi attached to it and gets it off the ground, which surprise would never happen. And then there's like, you remember that game Snake? Where when you eat a pebble, the snake gets longer and longer and longer?
Oh yeah, old school Snake.
Yeah, so there's this scene is further enhanced by a bunch of trucks playing Snake with each other. Like they're constantly attaching themselves to the truck behind it. So they're like coming around a corner and they're like get in front of the initial truck that hooked up to the helicopter, and like he puts his brakes
This sounds
on.
fucking absurd.
It is. It's
sounds
so
ridiculous.
like it's got parts in it that are so stupid they're worth watching and it's worth spending your $20 on because it's just so creatively absurd. So like the truck and all the good shit happens at the end though. This is my problem with it. All the good shit happens at the end. It's the only rememberable part of the movie. So like this one truck gets in front of the initial truck and like throws its brakes on, and the hooks, the winch hooks, drop out from underneath it, swing up, and catch onto the truck behind it. Okay? And he keeps going. And then
That would never happen.
it wouldn't. And so like you get this the next one comes up and it's got like a what the fuck is it? It's got a hitch, a truck hitch, right? The little hitch knobs. And it like he comes up behind it and like he flips a switch and the hitch knob comes up and clips to the bumper on the underside of the other truck, the one that was behind it. And then you just see like all these other trucks get in front and you're just assuming they're all connecting to each other. And there's like 10 trucks in this big fucking truck conga line that are hooked up to one another to try and bring this helicopter down before it pulls them all off a cliff. And then the dude's like, hey, everyone hit your nitrous. So the first truck hits its nitrous and pulls the conga line of trucks off the cliff.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I am not.
Are you fucking kidding
I
me?
am not. And then the next truck hits the nitrous and it pulls the rest and then pushes that truck off the cliff. And it just keeps going down until eventually like they all pull the last truck, the initial truck to hook to the helicopter over over off of the edge of the cliff. And then they're firing all these fucking barrels, like, from underground full of, like, gasoline or whatever. They're, like, shooting them out like rockets. And it's, like, hitting the enemy cars and shit. These big fucking enemy SUVs.
This sounds like one of the most ridiculous things I would ever see in my entire life.
It is so fucking ridiculous. Like, you have to see this movie. You have to spend the $20 on it just to watch the end. I don't care, because this movie needs a sequel. I need to see more ridiculous, stupid shit done. But the major drawback is they don't develop any of the concepts that they present. And there's a lot of really fucking cool concepts. Goatman, how's it going? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the chat.
What's up, Goatman?
They do a lot of really cool things, but the director has ADD, so you never spend any time on those things. It's
all right. Maybe on one of the slow weekends coming up here, I'll go check it out because this sounds fucking absurd and over the top as shit, but also entertaining. So yeah,
it's not entertaining. The last maybe 15-20 minutes is good. But the rest of the movie fucking drags. Oh my god. It's a 2.5-hour movie. It feels like it's 6 hours.
That just reminds me of Steven Spielberg's AI.
Goatman is asking, is this about porn? Well, we just finished up our anime discussion, which I recommend you go back and rewatch because we had an interesting discussion. It was pretty good.
Oh, and speaking of anime, I'm not going to get off on a tangent here, but I just want to bring something up. I am actually two things. I'm absolutely shocked that Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, was actually trending on fucking Twitter after the most recent episode dropped.
I'm not. It's a mediocre as hell show, and we all know that. And I can't believe I'm quoting Rick and Morty, but I can't believe I'm quoting Rick and Morty. But the universe feeds on mediocrity.
Actually, I'm not gonna lie. I was impressed with episode 19.
Nope.
But it wasn't trending on Twitter. Oh my god, the best thing ever. Impressed. But as far as what the show is. No, I would say that for that particular plot arc, was a rather straightforward but still satisfying way to tie up all the loose ends. I think they didn't do anything groundbreaking, they didn't do anything new, but what they did do was very well executed. I will give them that. The fact that it was trending on Twitter, though, for me was mind-boggling. On the other side of the coin, and I'm surprised I haven't heard the outrage over this, is fucking Vinland Saga. In case you're unaware, an anime about Vikings. Your stereotypical revenge story. But I'm shocked that the SJWs have not freaked out about all the toxic masculinity. Because, again, show about Vikings.
You lost me, Doku. I think you lost the audience, too. Goatman says, ew, anime, and then does the pukey face and poison face. Cthulhu says, I think ADHD. ADD or ADHD?
Probably a bit of both.
Well, no. If you have one, then you don't have the other. But if you have another of the one, then you automatically have the other because it's already included in the one. I know that sounds really stupid, but if you have
We'll just say
ADHD,
both.
if you have ADHD, you already have attention deficit disorder. But you have it with hyperactivity. If you have ADD, then you just have attention deficit.
And again, it's
So,
probably both.
so what you're saying is he has attention deficit hyperactivity disorder.
Well, being a director, you'd probably have to be hyperactive, I would
No,
imagine.
that is called crack and cocaine. Okay?
Okay, so also a drug dependency.
Loki says he's never going to watch this movie. Okay, I mean, fair enough, right? Fair enough. I think everyone should watch it, though. I think everyone should watch this movie. Hey, TM Ryder just followed. How's it going, buddy? Thanks for joining us, Ryder.
Oh, thank you very much for
Can
that.
I distribute rewards? No, I have to wait hours before opening another chest.
Well, thanks for that, D-Live. We appreciate it. I guess join us tomorrow when we actually manage to
I
give away shit.
I can't do anything tomorrow. I got to work tomorrow. I might be able to do a stream on Wednesday before I go to the gym.
Okay, just let me know.
Maybe. Hey, Ryder says, finally found you guys. Well, thank you. I could have put a link on Twitter or something. You were like, hey, Ryder, here's our link, buddy.
Yeah, come listen to us bitch about movies and make fun of literally everything. Because we're assholes like that.
There's a mid-credit scene that completely that Ryan Reynolds completely like. I'm walking out of the movie theater, and there's this couple behind us, going, "Oh man, now we got to see the end of Game of Thrones." And there's this couple, because there's this line. He's like, "Man, did you see the finale for Game of Thrones?" And he's like, the whole room is getting shot up, and it was like the dumbest fucking mid-credit scene ever, because he calls to like tell Hobbs that there's like a new virus threat, and then he starts like gabbing. Oh well, I can't believe this. I can't believe this thing happened. He's like, I can't believe that Jon Snow fucked his aunt and nobody's talking about it.
So did they take a shit on Game of Thrones?
Oh yeah.
Or
Oh no, yeah, it was definitely a shit on Game of Thrones. He's like, nobody's talking about how Jon Snow fucked his aunt. But then he brings up the ending. He's like, man.
Damn. Wow. That's very meta of them.
God. Ryan Reynolds was a detriment to this movie. I thought it was Deadpool Ryan Reynolds.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Interesting. Okay, I can see what you're saying now about the director having ADHD.
Yeah, so it's I don't know what to say.
Coat man in the chat. Listen to men, bitch, or listen to my wife, bitch. Decisions. Bitching's bitching. Take your pick. What's your favorite flavor of Ben and Jerry's?
Yeah. So
And yeah, Loki, D Live apparently does not want us to put out because D Live is apparently cock blocking. It's very uncouth of them.
Yeah, I just I don't know what to say about this movie. Let's see. Loki says D Live does not want to put you out. Does not want you to put out. Apparently, like I'm trying to, and I can't. Can I get a display capture? Yeah. So here, I'm gonna shut off this, and I'm gonna shut off this, and then I can show you guys right here. Like right here, it says I can't. I cannot open a chest. You have to wait N hours. So I'm guessing there's an error on their back end, or there's probably an issue with Chrome.
Yeah, your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah. So I don't know. Um, I like that comment so much from Goatman.
What, though? Listening to us bitch or his wife?
Yeah.
We have gotten pretty good at bitching about shit that really shouldn't matter.
I don't know. I try not to bitch, but it's so hard. It's so hard not to.
Well, mostly we're just assholes by nature, so.
Yeah.
Fuck you, D-Live. Damn it. Oh well. Come join us Wednesday, I suppose.
Possibly Wednesday. I can't commit to it right now. But if we go live, you guys will get the notification, I'm sure. Um, I get the notification every time Demonic King goes live for his old school movie stream. Um,
Jacob says, it isn't bitching if it's about real concerns. I, I, I suppose
yeah,
it.
there's no lack of truth in that. There's also no lack
Yeah.
of fact in that.
I, I mean, yeah, real concerns. I'll give you that one, but is it really concerning if we're bitching about? I don't want to see anything else affected by SJW bullshit. I guess I could always just go read a fucking book somewhere. I don't know. I'll just concede. I'll concede on that argument.
Yeah. I honestly think that argument went over your head though.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Just a little out of your reach.
Yeah, is it okay, is it petty? Probably. Is it a concern? Yeah. Cause damn it, I can't read comic books anymore. They've all gone to shit. Uh, please don't let anime go to shit. It's about the only damn thing I have left now. After Game of Thrones, I can't take any more of the shit show.
Jacob says Loki says JJ is not a real woman. Change my mind. Cthulhu says they're like the T virus. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like Hobbs and Shaw, once it goes airborne, you're all gonna get infected and you're all fucked and just turn into zombies.
I honestly want to see more Hobbs and Shaw. I really do. I want to see more Hobbs and Shaw, but I want to see them stick to the spy thriller format and like really get into it and not just like, hey, let's just throw whatever we can at the lens and see if it sticks. Because I think honestly, as a spy movie, Hobbs and Shaw works really good. But it doesn't, like, they don't have enough of the elements in it. You know what I mean?
Actually, speaking of which, since we've got about roughly 20 minutes or so here
No,
to
we've
kill
got
before we gotta
10 minutes before we head on out.
Only 10?
Only
It's
10.
not even at the half-hour mark.
Dude, we're at an hour 25. Sorry, I don't have my glasses on. Hour 22.
All right, well, let's just touch on two interesting things. First off, how do you feel about The Hunt getting canceled? What's your hot take?
I think lefties got pissed that there was a movie that targeted lefties, but they're fine with shit like Bird Box, which like came out in strong opposition against anyone remotely white.
Yeah, God, don't remind me about Bert. How many times did we have to fucking try to watch that movie?
We had to break it up into 6 viewing sections so that we could get through that piece of shit.
I'm not gonna like that's if I had to pick
And
the worst thing I've
90%
seen
of the
over past
movie
2
can
years,
be
it's Bird Box.
skipped. 90% of the movie can be skipped because there is no character development. There is no plot development other than, hey, there's crazy people out there. They want you to take your thing off so you can go kill yourself or go crazy like them. And they're all white
Yeah,
guys.
you can literally, I shit you not, I'm not joking.
You can literally watch the first 15 minutes of it, and then the last 10 minutes of it, boom, there you go. There's your movie. There's
Yeah.
your plot. All there is to it. It's,
Whoever wrote that book should be
Ugh.
beaten with every fucking copy of it.
Well, I've actually heard from people who have read the book, and they're saying the movie is nothing like the book. Like, the book actually does have character development. It
I
actually
don't
is well
care.
written.
Whoever wrote the
I don't want
book,
to watch it.
whoever wrote the book needs to be beaten with every fucking copy of it ever printed.
Yeah,
Even
that's the thing.
even
I
if
don't
you
wanna read the book,
even if
because
you
the
bought
movie
it,
fucking, ugh.
even if you bought it and it's on a Kindle, you need to be beaten with that Kindle.
Yeah, the fucking garbage. Terrible.
Loki. Loki, man. Loki says Fast and Furious with Melissa McCarthy. Fast and fat.
Man, y'all are on a fucking roll.
Wow.
Today. No fucking mercy.
Are we
No mercy.
Are we enabling the savagery? Are we like, hey guys, go be assholes in the stream?
If we are, then good. The world needs a little bit of savagery.
Oh my god, yes. That's so much. But we're gonna take off, guys, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for hanging out with us. Hopefully next time we do the stream, we can do some Lino giveaway. So until next time, thanks for hanging, and I guess stay metal.